Maria, thank you for yesterday.
Hey, you don't have to thank me for that. It was nothing. I finally got to greet your parents, and I feel like we're really moving forward toward marriage now.
About that. Is it okay if I bring something up?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry for asking you to come for the marriage greeting, but I've decided to reconsider the marriage.
Huh? What are you saying?
I mean, I'm going to annul our engagement.
Wait a minute. I can't understand what you mean. Yesterday we had the marriage greeting, right? And now you're telling me you want to break off the engagement?
Yeah, it seems it's better for both of us to go that route.
What do you mean, better for both of us? I want to marry you!
Things have changed on my side.
What happened?
Well, you know how our law firm has been doing really well lately, right? We've secured advisory contracts with major corporations.
Of course I know. I work as a staff member at your firm.
So, my dad is saying that my name is going to get bigger and bigger from now on.
Your dad is a lawyer, so he knows about that stuff well. We talked about this yesterday, so I get it. That's why I wanted to support you as your wife.
I was counting on you to do that, too.
I already told my friends, and my mom was really happy about it. But to back out of the engagement now? That's unacceptable.
I feel bad about it, but you have to think about me, too.
What do you mean?
From now on, I want to make a name for myself as a lawyer, and it turns out that having you as my wife isn't suitable for that.
Why not?
Do you not realize what your status is?
Huh?
You dropped out of high school, right? Do you really think someone like you can become my wife?
What do you mean by that? Are you saying that because I didn't graduate high school, that's the reason for breaking off the engagement? And I've told you I'm not a dropout. I didn't attend high school, but I got my high school equivalency diploma. You proposed to me knowing that, didn't you? Hey, Luis, what happened to you? It's like I'm talking to a completely different person.
A different person? That might be true. I woke up after hearing what my dad said yesterday.
Your dad?
My dad said that someone like a high school dropout shouldn't be in the family. He said that it would look bad to bring someone like that into the family.
Look bad?
You probably wouldn't understand, but I realized that to rise in the legal world, I have to consider these kinds of things carefully. So we've decided that I should marry someone from a more prestigious background with a higher education.
You're really just taking your father's opinion at face value?
That's right. My dad is my idol, and he's never done anything wrong in his life. If I follow my dad's advice, I know I won't make any mistakes.
I'm stunned. You're 28 years old.
I know it's bad, but I can't go against my dad.
Don't joke around. Was that what your proposal meant? That you could just withdraw it because your father told you to?
Anyway, there's no marriage with you anymore. This can't be changed.
I trusted you, believing that you would seriously work hard at whatever you did, and I decided to marry you.
Maria, I really feel bad about this, but everything I've been working for has been to make a name for myself in the legal field, so please just accept it.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. I can't go against my dad's wishes, and I don't want to jeopardize my career.
You think you can just throw everything away? You really mean that? After everything we talked about, after meeting my parents?
Look, I didn't want to hurt you. I thought about it all night, and I genuinely believe this is for the best for both of us. I want to achieve my dreams, and I can't do that if I have to worry about the reputation of my wife.
Reputation? So I'm just a name to you now?
No, that's not how I see it. I love you, but I'm starting my career and I need to focus.
Love? What does love have to do with your decisions now? You're saying that love doesn't matter when it comes to your career and reputation?
It's not that simple, Maria. I wish it could be, but in the real world, people judge you based on who you're with. My dad is right in that regard. I need to think about my future and the image I'm projecting.
You're so focused on this image and your future that you're willing to sacrifice our love for it? This is insane!
I know it sounds harsh, but that's the reality we live in.
So what happens to us now? Am I just supposed to walk away quietly and accept this? After everything we shared, after all the moments we spent dreaming about our future together?
I wish I could change it, but I can't. I have to put my career first, and this decision, as hard as it is, feels necessary for me right now.
This is beyond disappointing. I thought we were building something real together, and now you're just tossing it aside because of your father's expectations?
Expectations are a part of life. You know this, and I thought you understood how important this is for me.
No, I can't accept that. You're letting your father dictate your life. You're an adult, Luis. You can make your own decisions.
I know I'm an adult, but there are things I can't ignore, and my father's opinion is one of them.
So, you'll just go on living your life as if I never existed? You're okay with that?
It's not that I want to forget you. You mean a lot to me, but right now I have to prioritize my career and my family's expectations.
What family? The one that's ashamed of me because of my education? I won't allow you to put me down because of that.
I'm not putting you down. It's not about that. I'm trying to make a name for myself, and the stakes are high.
And at what cost? At the cost of our relationship? Of our love? I can't believe you're willing to do this.
I can't be the man you want me to be while also trying to prove myself in my career. I thought about what you'd want, but I can't live a lie pretending that everything is fine.
So you're choosing a lie over me?
I'm choosing my future. I need to focus on what's ahead, and I can't drag anyone else down with me, including you.
You're not dragging me down. You're pushing me away.
I never wanted to push you away.
Well, you have.
I thought we could face the world together, but I'm realizing now that maybe we're not on the same page.
Maybe we're not. You've made it clear where your priorities lie, and it's not with me.
Please, May, I don't want to hurt you, but I can't pretend anymore.
This is all so unreal. I never imagined I'd hear this from you.
I know it's hard, but I have to be honest with myself.
And with me? What about being honest with me? You owe me that much.
You're right. I do owe you an explanation. And I hope someday you'll understand why I made this choice.
I don't know if I can ever understand.
I'm truly sorry for how this turned out.
Sorry won't change anything. You're just throwing everything we had away.
It's not something I wanted to do.
But you did.
In the end, this is a decision I have to live with, no matter how painful it is.
I wish things were different.
So do I.
I never thought it would end like this.
Me neither.
Maria, did you do the marriage greeting properly? It was yesterday, right? Tell me how it went. Oh, Mom. Yeah, I know. I need to report back to you. I did it. Everything went smoothly. And how were his parents? How did they receive you? I think it went fine. We were able to talk and enjoy ourselves, so I think it was okay. Luis's father is a lawyer too, isn't he? I've only seen entire lawyer families in TV dramas or movies, so I'm really curious about what they're like. Oh, it's nothing that impressive. They're just regular people, like anyone else. But you know, you're the type of person who can do well even with people like that. You'll fit right in, I'm sure of it. You think so? Of course, it's only natural. You're an incredible person who's carved her path all on her own. No, I haven't done anything that amazing. What are you talking about? That's not true at all. Remember, I lost my husband and could only manage to send you through junior high, but from there, you built your career and did everything on your own. That's not something just anyone can do, you know. Is that so? Well, if you say so, it makes me happy. I've worked this hard as a way to repay you for everything after all. What are you saying? I didn't do anything for you, really. That's not true, Mom. You raised me all by yourself as a single mother. That's something I admire deeply. No, don't worry about me. You don't have to think about me at all. What matters is that you focus on being a strong support for Luis as his wife. That's not something I can do anymore. What? What do you mean? I can't marry Luis anymore. Why? Did you mess up somehow during the greeting? I can apologize to them if it'll help. No, it's not anything like that. Then what happened? The truth is...
Maria, can we talk about what's next?
What's next? You already broke off the engagement, didn't you? I don't need to hear anything else. There's nothing more to say.
No, it's not just that.
Then what is it?
I'd like you to leave the firm, too.
What? Why would I need to leave?
The firm is growing quickly, and having someone with just a middle school education among the staff doesn't look good, you know?
For the last time, I'm not a middle school graduate, and firing me over something like that is ridiculous. This has to be a joke.
So how about you make it a voluntary resignation? There's no reason to make this messier than it already is, right? I'll make sure you get a severance package.
This is absurd. First, you break off the engagement, and now you're trying to fire me too? Are you trying to strip everything away from me?
It's not everything. You still have your dear mother, don't you? Just go live quietly with that hopeless woman.
Luis? Do you realize what you're saying right now? Why would you even say something so cruel?
Let's just say my father's been teaching me the laws of leadership. My perspective has changed a bit.
Even so, what exactly makes my mother hopeless in your eyes?
She's an old spinster who couldn't land anyone herself, that's what. You don't think I'm wrong, do you?
My mother raised me on her own. She sacrificed her happiness to take care of me, putting all her time and effort into making sure I had a good life. And yet, you dare speak about her like this?
That's got nothing to do with me. Anyway, just leave the job already. We'll bring in some new, attractive staff, and that'll be that.
Fine, I'll leave. I don't need to stay at a firm like this.
Good, good. So you've made up your mind, huh? I'll hold you to that.
Don't come crying to me when you regret this decision.
Congratulations on quitting. I guess this really is goodbye for good. Now that I think about it, the fact that I was actually considering marrying you, I must have been completely out of my mind.
Yes, you're right. I feel exactly the same way. The thought of never having to see your face again? Well, that's a relief to say the least.
Right back at you. I even added a little extra to your severance pay, so be grateful and take it.
Save your pity. I don't need it.
Well, not that anyone else out there is gonna hire someone with only a middle school education, but good luck anyway. Me? I'm marrying a beautiful, classy young lady and living it up. You know, I might even send you a few photos now and then, just so you can see what it's like to live the good life the way wealthy people do.
No, thank you. And since this will be the last time we ever speak, I have something important to tell you too, so listen up.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not a middle school graduate.
Oh, here we go again. Yeah, I know. You've got that so-called high school equivalency certificate, right? Well, to me, it makes no difference whether it's middle school or some GED. It all falls under the same loser category to me. You're still at the bottom, and that's that.
No, you still don't get it. I'm not even a high school graduate.
What?
My highest level of education is college.
You went to college? I've never heard anything about that.
That's right. I kept it hidden on purpose because I didn't want to talk about it.
What are you talking about?
I'm a graduate of Oxford University.
What? Oxford?
Yes, that's right. Ever heard of it? It's one of the most prestigious universities in the UK.
Of course I know Oxford, but are you trying to tell me that you graduated from there?
Exactly. After earning my high school equivalency, I studied abroad and eventually got accepted to Oxford University.
There's no way that's true. You're just making this up to sound impressive.
And why would you assume I'm lying?
Because someone with only a middle school education could never get into Oxford University. That's one of the toughest universities in the world. There's no way a loser could have made it there.
Who said anything about me being a loser? I didn't finish school because I couldn't handle the academics. My father passed away when I was young, and my mother did her best, but even so, she told me that continuing with school wasn't going to be an option. I let go of that path out of necessity, not for lack of ability. Academics were actually one of my strengths.
So, if that's true, then why did you keep it a secret all this time?
Because I hate how people treat you differently the moment they find out.
What do you mean, treat you differently?
The moment someone hears that you're an Oxford graduate, people's reactions change. They look at you strangely, make all sorts of assumptions. Expectations build up. Even during my time at university, my relationships got strained because of it. So after I came back, I decided not to tell anyone, not even you. But I was going to tell you eventually, after we got married.
You're really twisted, you know that.
Twisted? And how exactly am I twisted?
Do you seriously think I'm buying all this? You're just trying to make up some story about how you're not really a loser so that I'll take back the breakup, aren't you? You're desperate.
What are you talking about? I have no intention of getting back together with you. Honestly, I'm relieved I won't be marrying you. I've seen just how horrible your family is.
Oh, so the whole Oxford University thing is supposed to be true, huh?
Yes, every word.
Then I guess you wouldn't mind if I asked your mother about it, would you?
Go ahead if you want, but why would you do that?
Because I need to inform her that her daughter has turned into a complete liar.
For the last time, I'm not lying.
Fine, I'm done listening to this nonsense. I'll call her right now. I bet even your own mother will disown you once she hears what you've been saying.
She'd never do that, you know.
Oh, you think so? Well, maybe she won't be so confident once I show her what her Oxford graduate daughter is really like. You know what? This might actually be fun.
What? What are you planning to do? Don't do anything weird.
Shut up! You just sit there and keep your mouth shut. Mom, is now a good time?
Mom? Stop it. You broke off your engagement with Maria, didn't you? Don't call me that. It makes my skin crawl.
No, Mom, that's not it. I was seriously considering marrying Maria.
Then why did you break it off?
Our trust in each other has been shattered.
What do you mean by that?
Maria has been lying to me this whole time. She told me she graduated from Oxford University. That's why I hired her at our firm. But then I found out she's just a high school dropout, and it shocked me. You knew about this, didn't you, Mom? Why didn't you tell me? Because of this, I'm seriously thinking about a lawsuit.
What are you talking about? You can't file a lawsuit over something like this.
You just don't understand because you're not a lawyer. I'm planning to seek a significant amount in damages.
Go ahead and try. That claim will get thrown out immediately. May actually graduated from Oxford.
Wait, really?
Of course. If you want proof, I can send you a copy of her diploma.
No, that's not necessary.
Actually, it's you who's lying here, isn't it?
Me?
Yes, because May only told you she received her high school equivalency diploma. And then you decided that she was unworthy of your prestigious family, and that's why you called off the engagement, right? Why did you lie about it? Did you think I'd freak out if I found out?
So that's what she told you?
Of course. We're a close-knit family. You've hurt my beloved Maria. I will never forgive your family for this.
You really think it's that simple, don't you? You can't just say you'll never forgive us without thinking about the consequences. Maria deceived me. She's the one who built her life on lies.
So what? Are you saying she doesn't deserve love and happiness because of her past? Just because you've had your life handed to you on a silver platter doesn't mean everyone else has had it easy. Maria worked hard to overcome her circumstances.
That's not the point. She lied about her education to get into a prestigious firm, and that's a betrayal.
It's not betrayal, it's survival. Everyone has their reasons for doing what they do. You of all people should understand that. You've made decisions that might not be great either.
That's not the same!
Isn't it? I think it is. You're talking about her as if she's nothing, when she's fought for everything she has. You have to give her some credit for that.
You know what? I'm tired of arguing with you.
You don't see the big picture. You're too blinded by your assumptions about May.
I'm not blind! She manipulated me and you're just making excuses for her!
She was trying to build a life. She wanted to make something of herself. Is that so wrong?
Maybe, but lying about something so important, how can you justify that?
She's not a criminal. People lie for many reasons. It doesn't make them a bad person.
What about trust? If you can't trust someone, how can you be with them?
You're right. Trust is crucial. But you need to understand that trust can be rebuilt. This isn't the end of the world.
But it feels like it. I've been betrayed and you want me to forgive her just like that?
Not forgive her. Just give her a chance. Talk to her. You might see things differently.
And what if I don't want to? What if I can't?
Then that's your choice, but you need to understand that by pushing her away, you're also pushing me away.
How can you say that? You're defending her!
I'm defending truth. I'm defending someone who deserves better than this.
So you're saying I should just accept the lies?
I'm saying you should understand why she felt she needed to lie in the first place. Life isn't black and white.
I don't know if I can handle that.
You have to try. You owe it to her, and you owe it to yourself. You might find the truth is more complicated than you thought.
You think it's that simple? Just talk it out and everything will be fine?
No, it's not simple. It's complicated and messy. But that's what relationships are. You can't just throw it all away because it's hard.
I don't know.
Just think about it, please.
You really graduated from Oxford University, huh?
Yes, finally figured it out?
So does that mean you're actually suitable to marry me?
Don't be ridiculous. Just because you found out, that doesn't mean I'm going to marry you. I never want to see you again.
Is that so?
And I'll be demanding compensation for the emotional distress.
Are you serious?
Of course. With such a one-sided engagement cancellation, it's only natural that there would be compensation involved. After all, I used to work in the legal field myself. I have connections with a lawyer who specializes in marital issues. I'll ask that lawyer to help me file for damages. Be prepared for a hefty bill.
Damn it, have you already made plans for this?
Of course. I started this process right after you broke off the engagement. Did you think I would just sit around and cry about it?
Fine by me. You want compensation? I'll give it to you.
Oh, you're admitting it easily, aren't you?
I don't care. It'll just be like a severance payment, but you better not try to contact me ever again.
Gladly. I'm already preparing to move on to the next step.
Next step?
Let me tell you why I joined a law firm. I studied business administration in college, and I thought it was essential to have legal knowledge if I wanted to run a company. In today's society, you can't predict what might become a risk. If you have legal knowledge, you can avoid those landmines while pursuing your activities. So I decided to learn practical knowledge by working at your firm. From now on, I'll run my own company and do what I want. I initially thought if I married you, I would just quietly step into the household, but that's no longer necessary.
Do whatever you want. A prideful, high-achieving woman like you won't find a man to take you in anyway. You might as well earn some money. It's the only way you'll survive. I'll get all the beautiful women and money for myself.
Oh, really? I can't imagine you actually being able to pull that off.
What did you just say? You know better than anyone how much I'm gonna rise in status from here on out.
Aren't you planning to sign a contract with a major corporation?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the only lawyer in this field who can sign a contract with that company. This will change how others perceive me. I'll be making tons of money from consulting fees and everything else, and I'll be catching myself some beautiful women.
Do you really not realize why you were able to land that contract?
Huh? It's because I'm competent, obviously.
You're just riding on your dad's coattails, getting hand-me-down work.
What did you say?
At least that's how the people around you see it.
Then how do you think I got the contract?
I promoted you.
What are you talking about?
You've been hiding the fact that you graduated from Oxford University, right? But there's someone who knows about it.
Who is it?
People who studied at Oxford with me.
Well, of course.
Exactly. Among them, there's an American who worked at the company you're about to sign the contract with. I set up a meeting with them and promoted you. It seems that person was advancing in the legal department, so everything went smoothly. At that time, I was really eager to raise your profile, and that person believed in me enough to help you secure the contract. But it seems that contract will be null and void.
What?
Of course, since I revealed everything about you. They said they were disappointed in you.
That's a lie! It's a lie!
I'm sorry, but this is the truth.
Wait! Our business is already struggling as it is. If the contract falls through and on top of that I have to pay compensation, I really won't know what to do.
I don't know. Why don't you go cry to your dad? Though I don't think he can do anything about it.
Listen, I've woken up now. I realize I really need you. My dad was wrong. We really should be together.
What are you saying now? You've got to be kidding.
Yeah, please don't abandon me. I can truly become an excellent lawyer. You're the one who understands that best, right?
No, I really don't think you're cut out to be a lawyer.
Why not?
Being a lawyer is a job where you save people, but what about you? You said people with a middle school education are at the bottom of society, and you called my mom leftover. There's no way someone who looks down on others can be a lawyer. You and your father are the same. You're supposed to be the kind of person who truly understands others, yet you judge people based solely on their education. If you want to be a respected lawyer, I think you should study ethics more than the law.
Fine, I understand. I'll change my attitude and work hard. So?
Don't think there's a chance for you anymore. I don't want to be involved with you any longer. Goodbye. Maria, have you talked to Luis? Yeah, I was able to express everything I wanted to say, and it felt really refreshing. But are you okay with losing your job? Don't worry, I've had my eye on a job I've always wanted to try, so I'm planning to start my own company this time. Really? That's great! I'm cheering for you, you know. Thanks. This time, I'm determined to meet a wonderful person and have a happy marriage. I believe you can definitely find someone great. You have that kind of energy that attracts people. You really think so? I've had my doubts lately. Of course, you're strong and independent, and that's something many people admire. Plus, you've learned so much through your experiences. I hope so. I just want to find someone who appreciates me for who I am and not just for what I've accomplished. Exactly. The right person will see your true value, both as an individual and for your accomplishments. You know, I used to think that achievements were the most important thing, but now I realize that being with someone who understands and supports me is what truly matters. Absolutely. Relationships are built on understanding and support. You deserve someone who lifts you up and shares your dreams with you. Yes, I've learned that the hard way, but I'm ready to move forward and not look back. That's the spirit. Starting your own company will give you a chance to grow even more. Just imagine how fulfilling that will be. It will be. I'm excited about the possibilities. I want to create something meaningful that reflects who I am. And you will. I believe in you wholeheartedly. Just keep your heart open and good things will come your way. Thanks for always being there for me. It means a lot. Anytime. You're going to do amazing things, and I can't wait to see it all unfold. Luis was confronted with an incredibly difficult situation when he learned that he would be required to pay a substantial amount in alimony following his recent divorce. The news struck him like a bolt from the blue, overwhelming him with anxiety, despair, and confusion. He had never anticipated that the fallout from his marriage would lead to such a financial burden, and now he was left grappling with the reality of his circumstances. The amount he was expected to pay was far beyond his financial means, and the weight of it felt crushing. As though the world had suddenly fallen squarely on his shoulders. With each passing day, the pressure mounted, and the anxiety of how he would manage this unexpected obligation consumed his thoughts. In his desperation, Luis turned to his father, hoping for the kind of support and guidance a parent is often expected to provide during difficult times. He had always admired his father for being a pillar of strength, wisdom, and authority. And he hoped his father would understand the gravity of the situation and offer assistance, even if it meant stretching his resources. With a heavy heart, Luis approached his father, explaining his financial predicament and pleading for help to navigate the overwhelming demands placed on him. However, to Luis's shock and dismay, his father's response was not what he had hoped for. Instead of the empathy and support he anticipated, Luis learned that his father was facing his own financial difficulties. The revelation hit Luis hard, leaving him feeling even more isolated and unsupported during a time when he needed help the most. For years, Luis had viewed his father as a successful lawyer with a reputable career who had always provided for the family. Discovering that his father was struggling financially was a painful blow. The realization that his father couldn't help him only added to the stress and disappointment that was already consuming him. As frustration and anger bubbled up within him, Luis confronted his father. He expressed his feelings of betrayal and disappointment, accusing his father of not being there for him when he needed him the most. The conversation quickly escalated into a heated argument, with both parties exchanging harsh words and bringing up long-buried grievances. It was the first time in Luis's life that he had truly fought with his father, and the emotional intensity of the exchange was palpable. Luis vented his feelings of hopelessness, frustration, and anger, blaming his father for not offering the support he had expected. The argument reached its peak when, in a moment of anger and desperation, Luis's father made the drastic decision to disown him. This rejection struck Luis like a lightning bolt, leaving him devastated and feeling utterly alone. To be disowned by a parent is an incredibly painful experience, and the emotional fallout of this decision would stay with Luis for a long time. The disownment represented not just the loss of financial support, but the severing of their bond, and left Luis with a deep sense of abandonment. Without a father figure to lean on, Luis felt isolated and vulnerable, struggling to navigate the complexities of adulthood without the guidance and support he had always taken for granted. In the aftermath of their confrontation, the consequences of their conflict continued to unfold. Luis's father, unable to cope with the emotional and financial strain of the situation, began to experience significant setbacks in his career. The law office he had built over the years, once a thriving practice, was now on the verge of bankruptcy. This was a devastating blow. Not just professionally, but personally as well. The financial strain on his career, combined with the emotional turmoil of his relationship with his son, left him reeling. As the bankruptcy proceedings continued, Luis learned that his father's legal practice, once known for its success and reputation, had become a cautionary tale in the legal community. Clients began withdrawing their business, and the once thriving office was now a shadow of its former self. The reputation that Luis's father had spent decades building was now tarnished, and the repercussions of his financial struggles would leave an indelible mark on both their lives. The loss of his law office was not just a financial blow for Luis's father, but also a deep personal failure. His identity had been so closely tied to his career that the collapse of his practice left him feeling lost and directionless. The emotional toll of losing his business, combined with the strain of his relationship with Luis, was overwhelming, and his future seemed uncertain. As if that weren't enough, Luis's father now faced the possibility of losing his legal license due to the bankruptcy proceedings. For someone who had dedicated his life to the legal profession, the loss of his license would be devastating. It was a stark reminder of how quickly one's career and reputation can unravel. As Luis witnessed his father's downfall, he found himself grappling with feelings of guilt and regret. The realization that his argument with his father had contributed to his professional ruin was a heavy burden to bear. Luis began to question the choices that had led to their estrangement, wondering if there was a way things could have been different. The emotional fallout from their fight was compounded by the pain of seeing his father struggle, and Luis found himself reflecting on the paths that had diverged between them. Meanwhile, their conflict became the subject of gossip and speculation in their community. Whispers of their financial difficulties spread like wildfire, and both Luis and his father found themselves the subject of ridicule and judgment. The legal profession, once full of respect for Luis's father, now turned a critical eye on him, reinforcing the idea that the consequences of their conflict reached far beyond their personal issues. In stark contrast to Luis's struggles, I had made a different choice. Instead of allowing personal setbacks to consume me, I decided to take a bold step and start my own business. I wanted to build something meaningful that could make a positive impact, and entrepreneurship seemed like the perfect way to do so. The road was not easy. There were challenges at every turn, from securing funding to establishing a client base. But through hard work and perseverance, I began to establish a foundation for my business. I focused on creating a positive workplace culture, one where employees felt valued and respected. Many of my employees had faced similar challenges to mine, particularly those who hadn't had the opportunity to pursue higher education. I understood their struggles and wanted to provide them with a platform for growth. Watching my team flourish and develop their skills was one of the most rewarding parts of my entrepreneurial journey. I made it my mission to mentor my employees, helping them navigate their careers and providing them with the tools they needed to succeed. In addition to fostering the success of my business, I also dedicated a portion of my time to pro bono work. I recognized the challenges faced by individuals who lacked access to legal resources, and sought to give back to my community. By taking on cases that often went unnoticed, I was able to advocate for those in need and create positive change in their lives. The experience of working with clients who felt voiceless underscored the importance of compassion and understanding in our interactions with others. As my business grew and I continued to help others, I also began to think about the future. I wanted to take my mother on a vacation, a well-deserved break after years of supporting me through every challenge. The idea of treating her to a relaxing getaway filled me with excitement, and I began planning a trip to a beautiful resort where we could unwind and create new memories together. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.